Welcome to Cape Breton Island, an island on the northeastern end of Nova Scotia known for its dramatic coastal scenery, highlands, Celtic and French heritage, outdoor adventure, and the Cabot Trail, a 298-kilometer drive that is said to be one of the most scenic in the world. Experiencing the Cabot Trail in the fall has been on our bucket list for years, and for the next 5 days we're going on the ultimate road trip full of foliage, quaint cafes, local culture, beautiful hikes, and epic views. We are kicking off our time on the Cabot Trail at Cape Breton Highlands National Park, which spans about 1/3 of the Cabot Trail. We're going to be spending today in the Ingonish area of the park, and first we're at Ingonish Beach.
This isn't your typical white sand beach. It is super rocky.
Walking down these rocks is so hard. You cause like a rock-a-lanche.
And when the waves crash and fall on the rocks, it makes this really neat fizzy sound. It's a pretty unique beach because on one side you have the ocean, and then on the other side you have a freshwater lake, so you have your choice for swimming, and it also has some pretty spectacular views. On the right side of this beach you have these amazing mountain views, and on the left side you have this peninsula, which is where we're heading next to hike the Middle Head Trail.
We have been here on Cape Breton Island for almost a week now, and from the little that we've seen so far, it's really reminding us of Acadian National Park, which we visited 2 falls ago. It has a similar mix of lush forested mountains, rocky coastline, and the ocean, plus the fall colors. And we loved Acadia, so it's safe to say that we are loving it here so far. Although, I will say, we are here on the same day we were at Acadia 2 years ago, and it is way less busy, so bonus points for Cape Breton Islands. I love goats, so one place that we had to check out on the Cabot Trail is Groovy Goat Farm. They're a goat farm that also has a shop that sells goat milk products. Some chickens. They sell goat milk products like goat milk soap, and they also have some groovy goats that you can meet, which I am so excited about.
Check out these cute fluffy guys.
Hi! Oh my gosh!
And they also have gelato. It's not made with goat's milk, but we're gonna eat it while we're looking at the goats. That counts, right?
We both got apple pie and pumpkin spice because it's fall, y'all, and I am on a pumpkin spice diet. If you sell anything flavored pumpkin spice, I'm getting it. Mmm.
So many chunky apples in there. Super creamy. The fall is just rushing over me.
There's also an amazing place next door called Salty Roses and Periwinkle Cafe. It's a beautiful cafe in an old house that serves breakfast and lunch, plus has a shop with local art. We had breakfast there this morning and love their coffee and breakfast. So definitely go check them out and then come over here and meet all the cute goats and get gelato. It'll be the best day ever.
While on the Cabot Trail, we're staying at a mix of paid national park campgrounds and hopefully a free spot, but tonight we're staying at the Broad Cove campground, which is in the national park near Ingonish. It's a super nice and huge campground with a beautiful beach you can walk to. This morning we're hiking the Franey Trail, which is in the Ingonish area of Cape Breton Highlands National Park. We had planned to hike it for sunrise, but it rained all day yesterday, non-stop, and it's still a little gloomy this morning, so we're just hopeful to get some views. Normally these hikes where we spend the majority of the time just hiking through the forest, we aren't as excited about, but man, in the fall when you have all these fall colors, it just makes it magical.
Well, it's not quite the views we were hoping for, but it's not totally a bust. You can see the ocean over there. You can see Middlehead where we hiked the other day, but you can also see lots of fog rolling in. And on this side, it's just a wall of fog. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. We still have a lot of hikes ahead, and thankfully the weather forecast the next few days looks to be a bit better, so fingers crossed. But the fogginess, the fall colors just has like a moodiness to it that even though we can't see the views we wanted, it feels like fall up here. If you're curious about the timing of our visit, today is October 17th, 2023. And we originally were supposed to be filming this video and doing all of these hikes last week, but the colors didn't seem quite ready yet, so we rearranged all of our future plans so we could stay through this week as well, and I am so glad that we did. Peak fall foliage is so hard to predict, and it varies year to year, and it also varies across Cape Breton Island, but I think the general consensus is that this year, this is the week to see the fall colors.
For the rest of the day, we're taking a bit of a detour off the Cabot Trail to check out an area called Meat Cove on the northernmost part of Cape Breton Island, and we hear the road to get there is a little rough. The first part of Meat Cove Road was paved, and it wasn't the smoothest ride ever, but it wasn't bad at all. And now we're on the gravel road part, the part that everybody warns you about and talks about, and it's really not bad at all. It's pretty smooth so far.
Yeah, I don't know if the road has been recently redone or if we've just been on so many gravel roads that nothing faces us anymore, but we only have about 5 kilometers left, so it could change, but so far this is nicer than most gravel roads we go on, so I don't know. Some people say, it was not worth the treacherous roads to get there. Don't go. It was awful. But I don't know. I mean, it's a little bumpy. You can hear the van rattling a bit, but I don't know. We've been on way worse, so maybe we just have a different perspective.
We have just about made it in one piece, and this is epic.
I think it was 1,000% worth the drive.
For sure, that was nothing. Honestly, that was nothing. So this is Meat Cove. It is Nova Scotia's northernmost community, and some say it got its name because the area was popular with hunters in its early days. Today it is just a few homes, a campground, a restaurant, and a few trails, so it is a much less developed area, which is exactly why we wanted to come out here.
We just did a quick hike up to this overlook of Meat Cove, and man, we have not seen that much of Cape Breton Island yet, but this is easily the most dramatic and just wow spot that we have seen so far. And honestly, it's probably one of our favorite views that we have seen in all of Atlantic Canada. It's just the mix of the ocean and the mountains and the fall colors. I'm so happy. After this morning and the kind of fail of a hike, we were feeling a little down, but I am jazzed now. When we drove into Meat Cove, we saw this red food truck called the Lawless Lobster, and they are actually still open, which is really surprising because most things either closed for the season last week or are closing right now. And we saw they had chowder, and we had to get some because it is chowder weather. And look at this, oh my gosh.
Look at that giant claw on there. Ooh, yummy. All these little other bits of seafood, bunch of potatoes in there.
You know it's good when your eyes go cross-eyed.
We've had a lot of chowders across the US. This one's up there, honestly. It might be either one of the best or the best we've had. That is ridiculously good.
This is perfect. Also, the people running the stand were some of the nicest people we have met in Nova Scotia, so just made the experience even better.
All right, now that we're powered by seafood chowder, we're gonna climb Meat Cove Mountain.
It's not that long of a hike, but it's steep. And we're just like, I don't know, 10 seconds in, and it's already, bam! We're gonna be powered by meat in Meat Cove. I'm not gonna lie, that was a very steep hike up, but man, was it worth it. Just look at this view right here. We got this mountain valley, and the mountainsides are just draped in these orange and yellow trees, and there's a river running through it. Wow.
Hiking down from Meat Cove Mountain is downright treacherous. With all the leaves on the ground especially, it being so steep, you just almost can't help from just sliding down. We have spent a lot of money on campsites the last week waiting on the fall colors, but tonight we are boondocking and we have this pretty epic spot overlooking the ocean. And right when we pulled up, a majestic bald eagle just flew right by, so we knew this was the spot. After taking a little detour, we are officially back on the Cabot Trail and we're heading back into Cape Breton Highlands National Park for the rest of the day, and we're currently on our way to a waterfall we have no idea how to pronounce.
You basically just go down an unpaved side road for a few minutes, walk a few steps, and then bam! There's the waterfall!
There are quite a few different viewpoints to check out along the Cabot Trail, so we're going to stop at a few before heading to our spot for sunset.
This road is pretty incredible. We are just winding through the mountains and along these cliffs which just have these golden trees lining them. We're going up and down. It's windy, it's steep, it's so beautiful.
I feel like I have yellow tinted glasses on. Everything is just so yellow and golden, little pops of red. Just so gorgeous out here.
And since the weather has been pretty gloomy since we've been here, just the colorful trees just add this brightness and just make you feel just warm and happy inside and kind of replace the sun, since the sun is hiding. It's hiding from us big time.
have blindfolded me and dropped me here, I would have thought we were in Big Sur, California, with this highway skirting along the mountainside here and these sharp drop-offs going straight into the ocean. It looks so much like it. For sunset, we are hiking the Skyline Trail, which is not only the most popular hike in the park, but probably all of Cape Breton Island.
So they have a couple different moose exclosures on this trail, which basically is a fenced area that keeps moose out. That way all the vegetation can flourish and live and not be eaten by all the moose. And we do hear that it is kind of common to see moose on this trail. I've seen some pretty recent photos, but so far, no luck for us.
Our luck has changed. We haven't seen any moose, but we see 3 bears, a mom and 2 cubs, down on the hillside down there. Oh, so cool.
Heck yes, I love moose, but bears, top of the list, even better. We just spent about 30 minutes watching the bears. We could not stop staring at them. They're just munching on grass on the hillside, just doing all the bear things. But besides the bears, the view out here is incredible. I can totally see why this is the most popular hike in the park. And one thing I really love about the view, which normally I wouldn't love on a nature experience, is that you can see the road. This road is crazy, and since we can't fly our drone in the park, it's just really cool to get a different perspective of it. And since we are actually going to be heading down this stretch of the road tonight to get to our campground in the dark, we actually drove it earlier just so we could experience it, and it is very cool from the car and it is very cool from up here too.
We thought we were barely gonna get a sunset, but we got bears and an epic sunset. It doesn't get much better than that.
But now we're gonna run back because holy cow, it's freaking cold.
Last night we moved over to the Chéticamp campground in the national park, and this morning we're hiking the Acadian Trail, which starts right near the campground.
All right, only one chair. Who gets it?
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, we're all sitting on Daddy's lap. This trail takes you up a mountain, which was a little bit steeper than we expected, to a bunch of different overlooks of the area. You can see the Gulf of St. Lawrence. You can see these mountainsides that are just speckled with all of these colorful trees. It almost looks like a bag of Skittles exploded on them. And you can see quite possibly the coolest part of the Cabot Trail, this section where the road just winds along this rocky cliffside.
And all the way down there is the town of Chéticamp, which is where we're headed next.
Similar to the other Atlantic Canada provinces, Nova Scotia has a lot of French heritage, and Chéticamp is a French Acadian fishing village that dates back to the late 1700s and is still loaded with Acadian culture. They even have an Acadian flag slide! I'm scared!
You get going pretty fast from that.
I have to let go!
Since this area has such strong French roots, we couldn't pass up the opportunity to grab some coffee from a cafe called Marguerite Boutique et Provision. The building it's in has been home to different general stores throughout its 100 years, and now it's this cool mix of a coffee shop and cafe, plus a boutique with tons of local art and products and some food items. It is such a beautiful spot. We also got this honey lemon cruller. Looks tasty. Holy smokes.
Oh, that was so good. Wow. Like a little doughy,
yeah.
airy.
Wow. Yeah.
Lemon.
I'm not really sure what a cruller is, but I'm a big fan now.
I love lemon.
And I'm gonna go for the cruller every time now. Yeah, the lemon, nice and tart like a lemon should be, and then the honey just kind of soothes it a little bit.
I'm trying to
Oh, that is perfection in heaven
so
in a bite.
Good. Besides the island's French heritage, it also has a strong Celtic heritage, with the Scottish Gaels arriving in the 1770s. In fact, Nova Scotia's Gaelic name directly translates into New Scotland. There's a large initiative here to maintain the culture, and one thing that we think is super cool is that as you're driving around, you'll notice that the signs are in both English and in Gaelic. And every October, there's an event called Celtic Colors International Festival, which takes place all across the island with 49 concerts and over 200 community events. The festival finished up last week, and we didn't go to any of the official events, but we did go to something that you can go to outside the festival, a ceilidh, which is basically a community party with Cape Breton fiddle music. We went to the Beulach Gathering ceilidh to experience one, and the music was incredible. About halfway through, there's an intermission where they serve you tea and oatcakes, which are shortbread cookies with rolled oats that have Scottish origins.
Buttery and crispy, I like it.
And then the music continues. It was such a fun and upbeat way to get to experience the culture here. It was just impossible to not smile the entire time and just tap your feet. And I think I learned that the fiddle may be my new favorite instrument. I could watch her playing the fiddle forever. It's just so beautiful.
Afterwards, we were like, we should break out Catherine's old guitar and learn how to play it, and then we can make music together. I guess that's what we're doing when we get home.
We're starting a band! Oh gosh, it's gonna be called the Coffee Spillers. That's actually it's kind of a cool name.
Mining has long been an important industry here in Nova Scotia, and one of the most important minerals mined was and still is gypsum. At one point, the province provided 6% of the world's gypsum production, and just outside Chéticamp is an old gypsum mine that's filled with water and is now a popular swimming spot and viewpoint to walk to.
The lake has this beautiful turquoise teal color and is surrounded by the gypsum rock as well as colorful fall trees. And while you can view the lake just from the base of it, the iconic view requires you to climb up some rocks back there.
It's our last day on Cape Breton Island, and this morning we are headed to Marguerite, which is a handful of villages along the Marguerite River. And man, this drive has been beautiful. The rest of the Cabot Trail was more along the coast. You have like coast and dramatic views with all the big mountains. This one is more kind of pastoral, I guess you'd say, with like more sloping mountains going along the river, just wide grassy meadows and all the beautiful fall foliage, of course. And then the sun is out too, and making it just more even golden and just magical. It's gorgeous.
For breakfast we came to one of the most popular places to eat on the Cabot Trail, the Dancing Goat. Unfortunately, they do not have actual dancing goats, but they have these huge, heavenly, homemade pumpkin spice lattes and some delicious looking food.
So I got the breakfast sandwich, has eggs, cheese, mayo, bacon on a delicious cheddar bun, biscuit there actually. Whoa, that biscuit is so fluffy and cheesy, and there's little herbs in there. It is the perfect vessel for the delicious bacon, egg, and cheese.
And I got one of their lunch sandwiches, the banh mi sandwich, which has roasted chicken, a satay sauce, a sriracha mayo, and then just tons of veggies. It looks so good, and it also looks like it's going to be so hard to eat. Oh my gosh. That is so delicious. The sauces are nice and creamy and are packed with flavor. The chicken is nice and tender, but I think my favorite part are all of the veggies. They are just so crispy and fresh.
We also got an autumn bisque. I have no idea what's in it, but it just sounded perfect for a nice fall day like today. Whoa, nice and thick and creamy. I'm sure it has some kind of squash or something in there.
That was an 11 out of 10 spot. For our final stop on our Cape Breton Island road trip, we're at Egypt Falls, which is a very short hike, but we hear it is very steep. We have just about made it to the base of the falls, and before coming here we had read so many reviews about how dangerous and scary and treacherous the hike down here was, and it definitely was steep and it could get really muddy if it was raining, but overall we did not find it to be too bad. I think some other groups were struggling more than we were, but we've done so many difficult hikes that I think our just perception of what's challenging is a little different than others. But man, this waterfall is so beautiful.
After all the rain we've had, this waterfall is raging, and I love that it has 2 decks to it and they're so wide and just, it's so impressive.
Fall is our favorite season, and road tripping the Cabot Trail was our one big fall adventure for this year, and it did not disappoint. The fall colors, quaint towns, cute cafes, and delicious treats, and just beautiful nature on every corner makes this easily one of the best fall road trips in Canada, if not all of North America. Our time in Nova Scotia isn't quite over yet though. We still have about a week and a half left here, and we're heading southwest in the province to check out its largest city, small charming coastal towns, beaches, and so much more.
Do a little dance.
Go!
Oh God.
Oh my God. Oh, that almost gave me a heart attack. The ambulance almost had to come for me because I almost just had a heart attack. That was so scary. I don't think I can do it. I can't. I'm scared. I don't know. Do I just like jump?
Just run and jump.
Oh my gosh. I did it. I know. That wasn't a leapfrog, but I did it.